Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. I'm out in God's holy forest here in Alaska. Here's a oyster mushroom. This is a fall oyster mushroom. You can eat this one. It is food. It doesn't taste very good. It's kind of bitter. It has an oily looking cap on top. And underneath it has gills with no stem. Kind of smells the same as a puffball, but you're kind of wanting to identify it by what it looks like, by the gills and by no stem. You can see how it's attached to the tree there. These will grow on birch and alders. I'm down here in an alder swamp. Came out here to keep my mind busy because idle hands are the devil's workshop. And I've been kind of fighting loneliness. But when I'm with you, my family, then I'm not so lonely. You can see these things really are prolific. They kind of blend in. You might not know they're there, but it might help save your life in a food emergency. And along with that, you could also eat the inner bark of the birch trees and make yourself a little birch tree steak. You know, sometimes people get lost and they starve to death. And the famous kid that got lost and was eating all the poison berries and froze to death out in that bus, he could have took a bunch of those mushrooms before the snow, dried those out and saved them. Could have dug up some chocolate lily tubers and saved and dried those. There's things you can do to survive. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be a delicious meal. But you can usually find stuff that'll keep you alive. Chaga, that's another good one. You know, you can't be fussy. Nettle leaves, save up a bunch of nettle leaves and dry those. The high bush cranberries, there's still a few of those over here. Everything's risky up here, but I don't really have to worry so much because nobody waiting at home for me. These are cranberries, high bush. The leaves kind of have a musky, wet dog or wet moose smell to them. The berries in fall are translucent and have a flat seed, kind of a tart flavor. You can save those. Those are high in vitamin C. They're really good for you. Bunch of magnesium, all kinds of vitamins and minerals in that. These ferns, it's already too late for these in the spring. When they come up before they have so much oxalic acid in them, they're just kind of rolled in a coil. We call them fiddleheads, and you can eat those greens. This you can dry and use as insulation, this moss. Make yourself boots or a jacket. Stuff your pants full of them so you can stay warm. You wouldn't want to stuff your pants full of that while it's dry and or wet. And sorry again, I'll be in and out with a spotty reception. Don't camp out under these cottonwood trees because they get hollow branches and they can just snap off and fall on you and crush you. Stay away from those when you camp. So this is across the street from my farm. I come out here a lot. It's kind of my little place to clear my head and to stay busy. It's such a beautiful place, but when you're by yourself out here, it gets hard. It's hard on me, it makes me sad a lot. I think if I had someone to share this with, in fact, I know if I had someone to share this with, it'd be so much better to be able to work with projects with somebody. Here's the river. Could take this all the way to Cook Inlet. I might do that sometime. Just float the whole thing all the way down. There used to be a secret Cold War listening post up on top of those cliffs up there. You can see the top of it. There was an old military road that ran down here, and it switchbacks up the top of that. And every time I go up there, there's huge grizzly bear tracks. And not so much on this side. They like it over there. I think it's just because they like to den up. Like it's easier digging when you have a steep cliffside. They just dig straight back into the side of it. Kind of an upward angle, and then they have a nice dry place to den up for the winter. So I carry this because I could be food. Could happen. Probably more likely to get stomped out by a moose. You can see how high up this river was here not very long ago because all the sticky mud's still here. I had a falcon in the yard earlier. I'll post that up as a short video. That's probably up right now, actually. This is another bush food. You can find yourself a nest full of wasps in the summer. You can take a long forked stick and get a hold of that and have a campfire ready to go and just roast it over the fire and then break it open and eat all the grubs. Tap the grubs out onto a bark plate and eat those, and that's super high in protein. Probably more so than anything you could go buy at the store. And it doesn't taste as bad as you think. It tastes kind of like egg. Maybe like a scrambled egg or omelet. These are what the moose feed on. A moose, M-U-Z, means twig eater in Athabascan. A moose eats all these twigs, and you can see where they prune this down just like a gardener would, almost like a bonsai tree. That way they have nice tender shoots. Every year, it's like they're gardening the forest. They're keeping it in a constant state of a young new growth, tender growth growing on these. And these are actually antiseptic, these buds. They're really sticky. They'll catch on fire really easily. They have a nice aldery scent. Figured it'd be a good day to take you guys on a walkabout with me. And thank you for being with me. It just makes me feel better knowing that people appreciate what I share with them. And knowing that I'm not alone in this world. I know I have God, my holy angel, next to me always. But it's really good to have company and people that care about you. We just did coffee up at Captain's Coffee in Homer after church. And I love being able to have time to talk with my brothers and sisters and to meet new brothers and sisters. And then when I got home, when I pulled in the driveway, I had some people from the Jehovah's Witness Church stop by. And even though I'm Orthodox, I'll still talk with them because they're my brothers and sisters, and I'm polite and not rude because they want the same things I want. They want for everybody to be blessed and to live a good and happy life and to be good people and to spread goodness. This river is really up. There is some gold here. I didn't bring the gold pan with me. I don't know, maybe I could go do that later. It's kind of a little bit high though for right now. Maybe I'll save that for some other time before the ground freezes up. Let's see, what do we got here? Some bleached out turkey tails. This is an anti-cancer mushroom. Usually I don't find them so tender. I think maybe it's because they got so close to the water. You can see what they usually look like. They're usually more tough and woody than that. These wild river bottoms are constantly changing. Down trees, push the water different directions, get log jams. Kind of always changes the main channel of the river back and forth across the gravels. See, there's a downed cottonwood that wasn't there last year. They're a magpie, but I don't see them. Magpies are kind of like the Alaskan parrot. They got long tail, they're deep blue, dark blue, white and black with long tail. I don't know why they're so shy here. So yeah, that's what I have to show for myself right now. I'll walk up the street and see if there's any moose, and if so, I'll pop back on again. Thanks for joining me.